Hey, everybody, good morning. So I'm retweeting all this stuff over on my X account, which is ironic. Ironic that Musk is being held to account on a platform he owns. It just shows you how much power these people had. Just shows you how crazy things were. So yeah, let's get the numbers up. Company Hangout before I get things started here today. So the first thing to address is, obviously Jeffrey Epstein is a massive creep and confirmed child trafficker, confirmed child abuser at this point. Those things are now obvious. But what may not be completely obvious to everybody who's not following this closely is he almost definitely meets the definition of a serial killer, right? This is not just a bad guy. This is not just a pervert. This is a person who had children and adults disappeared based on his own email exchanges. And it doesn't seem like they were joking in the emails, because we have a number of people who told us first these things were a hoax, and then they're not coming out. And then they released 3.5 million documents. And it does come out. And it's completely bizarre to me. So let's read what one researcher posted. Jeffrey Epstein received an email from someone's name who's been redacted by the DOJ. And this someone was boasting about taking somebody's life. Quote, "I thought I'd never be able to kill someone in my life. ... I was wrong." I mean, these are serial killers. These aren't just child abusers. These are rich serial killers. We have email exchanges where Epstein is talking about the Zodiac Club, which can only have 12 members. It sounds like potentially a roving serial killer gang. And again, you got Musk. Somehow his company has canceled production of the Model X and Model S, which in my opinion were the two best Tesla models, right? The two most interesting Teslas were the Model X, the fly-up doors, and the Model S, which they're high-end sedan. So he cancels both of those and says that he's switching to robot production, and the robots are more than a year away. The robots aren't on the shelves yet. The robots aren't even built. And somehow this guy is the world's richest person after he shut down, again, the two best cars he makes, shut down production of those, and is selling vaporware. Robots, they're going to be everywhere, but you don't even have 1,000 robots yet. You don't even have 500 robots. and people are not holding him to account for being all over the Jeffrey Epstein emails. I mean, is this guy like some Columbo villain? Is this like Dexter Columbo or something? He says, "Sure, come on in. Look at everything. I've got nothing to hide. Come on in." And then he's all over the guy's emails. I mean, simple question here. These people like Elon Musk, who had get-togethers with Epstein that seem to have been canceled by fate. So back in 2013, when he wasn't able to meet up with Elon Musk, or when Elon was not able to meet up with Jeffrey Epstein, did they never try again? In the next 13 years, they never try to connect again? Or are we just seeing a little sliver of social interaction? And these two men who, in the case of Epstein, offered to pick Musk up in his helicopter, did these two men have every opportunity to hang out as much as they wanted outside of the email scope that we're seeing? Because again, when you say what a monster somebody is, and that we need these files out, which has been Elon Musk's whole thing, it's been his whole spiel since the summertime when he accused Trump of being in the files. He's been, banging the cowbell, how we need to get these files out. I don't know why, from Musk's perspective, unless he's just a total masochist weirdo. I don't know why he was arguing for these files to come out, because it doesn't make him look good. So when you're begging to hang out with the guy who owns the island where American children were treated like shrimp, take the head off, leave the body. Like, these are serial killers. So did Musk not know anything about this person? When certain people hung out with Jeffrey Epstein and they see an island in the Caribbean that has a fucking trap door that goes out to the ocean, and they see kids coming and going, and some of the kids never come back, some of the kids you don't see again. When this is occurring, are there certain guests who just have total moral blinders on and they don't know about any of this stuff, and Epstein is just, charismatic toward them and gives them a good time, good normal time, and then sends them on their way? Is that what happens here? Is Musk really that dumb? He hangs out with a serial killer and they just have a normal, wholesome time. Is that what it is? He emails a serial killer back and forth about wanting to hang out. Again, a suspected serial killer. Is that based? Is that moral behavior? Because you got some influencers on the right saying, actually, Epstein was based. Really? Child murder, child abduction, abductions of American kids, blackmailing politicians, not just with statutory rape stuff, but with evidence of murder. And again, telling us that we need to have access to these files, which is all Musk has been saying. And then you're all over the files, bro? Make it make sense. And again, people talking about how Tesla has a promising future. The guy was going to child murder island, or at least was desperately trying to go there. Based on his emails, was desperately trying to go. And for a person as type A as Musk, who gets things done, did he really not succeed in the next 13 years? So we see some fumbling emails. Was that it? He just goes, oh, shucks. I guess I can't go to the island because of scheduling problems or whatever. Is that it? He never interacted with them. Are we supposed to believe that? Are we supposed to believe that absolute bullshit? I mean, the fact that this is all coming out on his own platform is just rich, absolutely ironic. Yeah, these people LARPed that they wanted to get to the truth, and now we have the truth, and it's not digestible. It's not digestible. People think Elon Musk is a strong leader of his company. How can he spend any time at all thinking about Tesla or SpaceX when he's all over the fucking emails? I mean, this exchange between Musk and Epstein is incontrovertible, where Epstein says, just kidding, there is no one over 25. None of the guests are over the age of 25, and all very cute. How does he not know what this man is? He's telling you're a successful entrepreneur, and this weirdo who owns an island with a trapdoor, who rambles about children being shrimp, take the head off, keep the body. That's what he says to his guests over email. And he's telling you there's going to be nobody over 25 there. Are we really meant to believe that Elon Musk didn't know what this man was? So names referenced in the Epstein files: Trump, of course, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, George Bush, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Prince Andrew, Kevin Spacey, Harvey Weinstein. And I'm not the only person saying how outrageous this is, right? Here's somebody on Twitter. This has more than 500,000 views. So Elon Musk posts endlessly about Pakistani grooming gangs, migrant rapists, yet he happily emailed the convicted child rapist and trafficker Jeffrey Epstein in 2012 and 2013, 4 years after Epstein was convicted in 2008. Now he's scrambling on social media for damage control. Like, in what universe is this acceptable? Again, the guy bangs the cowbell. We need those Epstein files. There are kids in harm's way. This was his shrill thing over the summer, right? Even saying that thing about Donald is in the files, which got millions of retweets. That was earth-shattering over the summer. Now we see it's nothing. That's nothing compared to what we actually know now. But again, my rhetorical question: why do you have any interactions with the credibly suspected serial killer and absolute creep? Why do you have any interactions with him, much less multiple failed attempts to meet up with him? Again, the fact that he failed to meet him, does that mean he never tried again in 13 years? That was it? Both men just gave up on trying to hang out? Is that what happened? Are we meant to believe that? Just so wild. It's like, Would it come out that I'm secretly friends with John Podesta? That when this is what this would be the equivalent of when the Podesta emails were coming out. Was I secretly emailing Podesta like, "Hey, good job, buddy. Some creepy shit here. Good job. Some real creepy darkness. You did good, John. Awesome, Skippy. When can I come over?" Like, wouldn't that be a complete and total betrayal of the public trust? Wouldn't that be fucking insane? That's what Musk did. Like, he knows this person. To even have his email, why do you even have Jeffrey Epstein's email address? Why are you even on a first name basis with this demon? And if you're going to tell me that he was undercover trying to figure out what Epstein was, well, then why was he silent for the next 13 years? Why did he spend the next 13 years selling cars and rockets and not telling us a word about Jeffrey Epstein until now, until he knows he's cooked? So he tries to make himself out to be the hero. Incredible. So somebody says last year, Elon Musk said Jeffrey Epstein tried to get him to go to his island, but he, quote, refused. New emails show Elon Musk actively asking Epstein, what day/night will be the wildest party on your island? I mean, it's in the emails. Got another researcher saying, think about it. Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell practiced Ted Bundy levels of sadism, torturing young women to death. And all of the richest and most powerful people wanted access to their world, including Elon Musk. Yeah, again, he's asking, when is the wildest party? So you don't know anything about this person. You're a very busy man, the head of important companies. You're asking a creepy guy who owns a Caribbean island that seems to be used exclusively for child torture. And again, now we know murder. Now we know actually tossing kids in the fucking ocean. And you want to know what night is the wildest party? Is Elon Musk really that dumb? Or is this a person who should be nowhere near the head of a public company? Again, how can he sell you a car when these people are monsters? Hannibal Lecter was a kind gentleman in the Hannibal movies, right? Hannibal Lecter, a gentleman compared to the real Jeffrey Epstein that is emerging in these emails. Not just the weirdo, not just a pervert, an almost definite serial killer of children. Again, is that cool? Is that conservative? Does that help us accelerate as a tech community? Does that help us accelerate? So let's see what other researchers have found. Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell tell Elon Musk that they were shutting Epstein Island down. Was he inviting himself too much? Actually, I think that's a fake email. So when these emails came out, somebody posted some fake emails between Elon and Jeffrey Epstein. Why do that? Somebody on X posted a bunch of fake interactions. Why would you need to do that when there are real interactions between Musk and Jeffrey Epstein? And again, why is there a single communication? You won't find one email exchange between me and John Podesta, right? I wasn't back channeling with Podesta when I was reporting on his emails. Here you have a guy who's pretended like Jeffrey Epstein is the devil, and yet he's known him personally for at least 13 years. And again, was that the totality of their relationship? Just some random emails that we see 13 years later? Did these men never talk to each other outside of those email exchanges? Yeah, people are finding that Jeffrey Epstein's Outlook account, his Outlook account was active within, I think, 2 days of his supposed death. So did this guy just clear all of his accounts and leave the country? How is he able to access his email after he's supposedly dead? His Outlook, and yet his Fortnite account also. So they found the password to his Outlook in the emails, and then people have found the Fortnite account, again, which shows activity after he supposedly died, right? Jeffrey Epstein had a Twitter account that came out. Seems to have been suspended in 2018. So that needs to obviously be investigated. And then you have activists in London have installed a poster featuring Elon Musk's 2012 email to Jeffrey Epstein. So at least people in other countries are talking about this. Why is everybody in a trance here? Again, the guy who told us we needed to see these emails, he's implicated in the emails. I mean, do you have just emailing him on Christmas Day, as Jon Stewart pointed out in his segment about this? One of the few journalists talking about this, Jon Stewart, The Daily Show. This email that Elon Musk sent on December 25th, 2012. He hit up this sadist child abuser monster on Christmas Day. And he said to Epstein, "Do you have any parties planned? I've been working to the edge of sanity this year. And so once my kids head home after Christmas, I really want to hit the party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. The invitation is much appreciated, but a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for." What does that even mean? So he's saying he doesn't want a peaceful time. What does that mean in light of the trapdoor and Epstein writing about how girl children are shrimp, where you take the head off and leave the body? In light of this, why is Musk emailing this person about wanting a non-peaceful, wild experience? Again, what does that logically mean? And St. Bart's and these other islands are small communities. Not a lot of people live there. So you sort of know other people's business after a certain amount of time. Why am I framing? I'm not framing anybody. I'm reading the actual emails. We were completely deceived. Why is this person asking for an invite to a serial killer's island, to a satanic serial killer's island? Is that good for SpaceX and Tesla's brand, to be hanging out with a satanic serial killer and telling him you want a non-peaceful experience? What does that mean? And again, very simple thought experiment here. When Jeffrey Epstein is hanging out with these people, are there two Jeffreys? Does he present to some people like Elon Musk a wholesome and savory experience where you're just sipping on beer and enjoying the sunset? Is there a vanilla Jeffrey Epstein party experience, or is it always kind of the same thing? And if it's always kind of the same thing, then why is Musk grubbing for invites? And certainly it's pretty weird to be saying you don't want a peaceful time in light of the fact that we know kids were killed on the island. Saying you don't want a peaceful time, everybody just acts like the world is going to move on as normal. No. Other countries have already woken up. Yeah, it's very possible that Jeffrey Epstein is not dead. Definitely. When you look into all the stuff coming out about the prison on the day of his death, too much weirdness. Very possible they just snuck him out. And in a 2012 email chain, Kimball Musk, the brother of Elon Musk, is warned not to harm Jeffrey Epstein's, quote, girl. Kimball responds by agreeing and says he's enjoying his time with her. Why does Elon Musk's adult brother, who I believe serves on Tesla's board, why is his adult brother getting his women from Jeffrey Epstein? Is this guy the only fucking social connection for billionaires back in 2012 and 2013? Like, do bars and nightclubs not exist? You have to go to an island outside of the United States, the proprietor of which is a satanic Israeli billionaire. Is that it? Or is there something more here? It gets worse, folks. Keep watching. So another researcher, big researcher, says Elon Musk, who LARPs as having had some kind of principled opposition to Jeffrey Epstein for years, appears to have actually given Epstein a tour of SpaceX or Tesla in early 2013. So now you have direct ties potentially between the brand Tesla and the satanic child killer. How is that good for their brand? How do you sell cars when it's like, oh, hey, we're tied in with the satanic child killer who treats girls as shrimp? Take the head off and keep the body. Incredible. I mean, the actual email chain here from Jeffrey Epstein to Elon Musk, February 26, 2013. Thanks for the tour. You would have had fun at Christmas. Thanks for the tour. You would have had fun at Christmas. Again, implying that they're such close buddies that Epstein expected him to have been there at his little party. And then he was shown a tour of one of Musk's companies based on these emails. Musk gave him a personal tour. When there are so many people out there in the world interested in math and science, and in need of a little kick upward, a little motivational kick upward, and this difficult world we live in, little helping hand. Instead, he's given the helping hand to the serial killer, to the satanic serial killer who recorded everybody hanging out with underage kids. Make it make sense. This is a public company. Tesla is a public company. Make it make sense, folks. I mean, every lawyer in the country should be setting their sights on Tesla and Elon Musk in terms of lawsuits and discovery, because this person's a fucking monster. Elon Musk says his emails with Jeffrey Epstein are misinterpreted. Okay, that's a headline in Forbes. He says his emails are misinterpreted. Again, to go back to my thought experiment, why are there emails between you two men at all? 8 billion people on the planet. You don't have any other dudes you can become bros with. You got no other dudes you can hang out with other than the satanic child killer owned by Israel. Make it make sense. So why would Elon advocate so much for the files release? That's the billion-dollar question right there. Somebody in the comments asking the billion-dollar question. Why do you, in a shrill manner all summer, tell us how we need these files? And then we get the files, and you're all over them. Does this guy just have a huge fucking ego? As long as we're talking about him, it's okay that he looks awful? Is that what it is? I don't know. Yeah, people on Twitter are saying the obvious. This one has 363,000 impressions so far and 10,000 likes. The fact that Elon Musk emailed to ask Jeffrey Epstein to join his island proves that his crimes were much more known by the billionaire class than people are willing to admit. This means at some point, someone in Elon's social circle told him about it, who learned about it from somebody else. Exactly. There's no way in my mind that somebody as smart as Elon Musk is asking this random island proprietor for great non-peaceful parties when other people know that Epstein is the guy to go to if you want to torture and kill a little girl and then dump her into the ocean. That's what the emails show, which is why I don't know why some of you are just going on. Some of you are just going on like it's a normal Friday. It's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. Vivian Wilson speaks out after email exchanges between her father, Elon Musk, and Jeffrey Epstein were released. Quote, "There was this boat ride from St. Vincent to St. Bart's. I remember from when I was little. We used to visit around the holidays. I remember the sea being so dark at night." Wow. Somebody says, in case anybody wants to call Elon Musk on his cell phone, here he is emailing the number to Jeffrey Epstein on September 11th, 2013. "Due to the high volume of unsolicited email, my address has changed. Please send me a text or call me." And then he has his number. "To obtain my new SpaceX email address. Sorry for the inconvenience." So again, why did these two men know each other at all? And is Elon Musk the dumbest person in the billionaire class? Does he not know what Epstein is into? And again, are there two Epsteins? Is there a vanilla version of the parties that you get if you're a good person? Is there a totally vanilla version where people aren't tortured and where everybody's of age? and where there's no drug use? Or is it all kind of the same experience? Again, my mind is blown away, absolutely blown away that there aren't immediate investigations, that he's not asked to be removed from the board of Tesla. I mean, this is just crazy bullshit. Absolute crazy bullshit. You got this guy cutesy emailing back and forth with the serial killer. Come on, folks. Is that Christian? Is that based? Is that conservative? Is that American? Serial killer in the islands talking back and forth with Elon, being all cutesy with Elon. We're supposed to find that cool. I say fuck that.